Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Selena Style Designs. A warm welcome if you're new here. My name is Selena and I'm an interior designer, stylist and furniture refinisher based in Sydney. In today's video I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of my furniture refinishing business and sharing a bit more about how I started this venture as well. I'll also be sharing 3 key principles that I believe are really important to helping your furniture flips stand out and sell for more. So what are these 3 key principles, you ask? Well, continue watching to find out. The 3 key principles that I will be covering in today's videos are staging, styling, and photography. But before I get started on those 3 principles, I wanted to share a bit more about who I am and how I came to start furniture refinishing as well. So before I began my journey in furniture flipping and refinishing, I worked as a showroom designer and product stylist in some incredible Australian-owned homeware stores. One of these was called Art House & Co, a showroom based in Marrickville that offers a wide range of artworks, both original, prints, and also furniture. Here I was very fortunate to work alongside my incredible mentor, Crystal Bailey. What we were aiming to create in this showroom was a place where people could feel invited and comfortable to walk around the different displays and understand how the different elements of the artworks and the furniture could work together, much like IKEA, but also how they could work individually as a standalone item as well. We all know that feeling when we walk into IKEA and we see all these amazing spaces and vignettes of these different rooms. We really can start picturing how their furniture items can be used and showcased in a home because they've created the look that we can then emulate in our own spaces as well. So showrooms are really about just showing how furniture items and different pieces can be emulated and used in your own home as well. This is the feeling that I want to make sure that I'm creating for my customers when they see my furniture pieces for sale, because I want them to just picture what this potential item might look like in their own space, and I'm doing that through photography and the staging and the styling as well. The next homeware store that I have really fond memories of working with, and I do miss my time there as well, is Style My Home. They are a Hamptons-based showroom in Chatswood, and they also have other locations in Brisbane as well. So it's here that I really got to flex out my styling and staging skills. I would regularly rearrange the showroom layouts, so that way this would highlight new furniture items that were coming in, different styles that you could create in the Hamptons looks, but most importantly it was also to capture and create a different feeling and mood in the showroom as well. So a lot of the times when you're walking into these spaces, like IKEA again, they're creating an atmosphere and an energy that makes you feel that there are so many possibilities, you know, and you can do anything with their furniture items, but they're giving you a guiding hand in how to best use these pieces. This is really what I love to do the most, creating that feeling and that energy and that environment in either a whole entire room or just contained in a little vignette. It's all about creating a special moment that you feel nurtured and sort of energized by, and it's also just about showing all the different things that you love. Styling for me is all about creating those little magic moments that are personal to me, but also can be emulated by other people as well. So during this time I was also very fortunate to work with an incredible photographer, Ian McPherson. We worked together in creating a series of catalogue looks and images for different seasons and different product launches that came out with Style My Home as well. So working with him, I got to see the beauty and the magic that is photography. Photography is going to be the thing that sells your furniture item, especially if you're doing it online. I could see the power and the impact of having the right scene to really showcase your furniture in the best light. The other homewares company that I learned a great deal from was Temple & Webster. My experience with this company was a 6 weeks internship, and I was assisting the lead stylist in setting up the displays, creating and painting the different showroom walls, styling the different spaces they were creating, and also a lot of ironing of bedding and sheets as well. The amazing part of this internship was that in my final week, I got to design, create, make, and style and direct my own little shoot. And this is pretty much what drew me to this internship. I really wanted to find out how to create these set displays and how on a commercial level you style and photograph these pieces for sale, because I think that was just so interesting to learn about, especially as now so many things are now becoming e-commerce and online, and not many people have those showrooms and those spaces to like show your physical goods. Having that understanding of the e-commerce and kind of the photography that takes to sell these pieces, I think was so crucial, and I'm so lucky and fortunate that I was able to get that experience. I learned so much about set design and sort of the magic and the contraptions about how you set up a set as well when you're trying to style on a very large commercial scale. So I was really happy that this experience gave me the understanding, and it really gave me the confidence as well to build my own staging wall. And that's what I'm going to be showing you today, is my DIY movable staging wall. And this wall has been crucial in really elevating my furniture items. It gives me a space that is neutral, clean, and it's just so much easier for me to work in when I'm staging my furniture items for sale as well. So we'll get to that soon. So that's a little bit more about me, and I hope that you can see that All those different experiences that I've had have really formulated and helped me get to where I am today. So this brings me to my channel. I want to share my knowledge, mistakes, and business journey with you guys, because I know how daunting it can be when you're starting something new, especially when it's creative as well. There's always that feeling of doubt and uncertainty, and I can tell you, I definitely know that feeling. It has been one of those things where you kind of just have to give it a go, and it takes practice, and through that repetition, you get there. And that's pretty much what I've done with the furniture flipping and the styling. It's all those little steps that have got me to where I am today. So this channel is all about sharing what I love most with you guys, and I hope you enjoy the content to come. So let's jump right into the second part of the video, the 3 key principles. So the first principle, staging, is all about setting up the right scene. Okay, so let's go to my studio space. It is going to get quite noisy as I take you outside. I imagine my staging space is quite unique in that it is outdoors and on a balcony, but I found that having this space and being able to tuck it away has been really beneficial in using the outdoor space as a normal relaxation zone and also as my workspace as well. So this staging setup only takes about a minute and a half to set up, and when the lighting is good, this is the perfect place to stage my furniture items, but sometimes it does get overcast and cloudy because I'm facing against the direction of the sun, that I do have to edit my photos later on in Canva as well. You want to make sure when you're choosing your staging space that you have great lighting, and natural lighting is always going to be the best condition because it does really showcase the color and the timber tones most effectively. So the first principle, staging, is all about setting up the right scene. In my case, I use a backdrop that is all white. As I tend to paint in a variety of colors, having a very neutral backdrop is key in allowing the colors to have a contrast and be the focal. For a subtle texture and a more high-end look, I used a half VJ wall paneling and vinyl flooring in a soft, cool timber color. As the market that I'm trying to target generally has floorboards, I find that this is a great way of referencing potential homes that my customers will have. Next we come to styling. For me, styling is all about establishing the mood and look through a particular style or genre. In today's case, my style and genre is coastal. For the coastal look, you generally want to include very literal references, and here I'm using a framed canvas that is a seaside landscape. I'm pairing this look with a very neutral book stack, because if I was to use something that had a heavier color, it would become too distracting and pull the focus away from the console table as well. I'm also adding in fake coral and greenery for texture and a bit of interest. The greenery also acts as a balance and reference to the green grass that you can see in the artwork as well. A handy tip if you're styling and you're using artwork, you want to make sure that you reference or use a color inside that artwork on the item that you're styling as well, because this helps to give you balance and cohesion in your styling vignettes. To also make sure that the focus is on the console and not the styling elements, I've kept it very simple and all the color tones are very muted and soft in tone. Now we come to our last principle, photography. When it comes to photography for selling your furniture items, it is important to note that you're really asking a complete stranger to take your word through your photography as a sign of faith. What you're trying to do through your photography is to establish trust and credibility. Trust in what you're asking for is reasonable for the quality and the condition of your furniture item, and credibility is for the workmanship you have done and if it is worth them parting with their money. So to get this trust and credibility, it's important that you include quite a few different angles and images to help convince the buyer that what you're asking for is reasonable and of high quality. So you definitely want to include one image where you get a great head-on frontal view of the furniture item in full. You want to make sure that you include some negative spacing in this photography, because if it's too cropped and too close, it feels a little bit heavy and the customer can't understand the overall image and the item as well. I'd have 1 to 2 close-ups of details, either of the timber texture, the hardware that you've used, or a really interesting feature that you think is worth highlighting in the furniture that you've done. I'd also include an aerial top-down image. This helps customers to see the top surface of your furniture, and if you have drawers inside of this furniture item as well, it's good to have one that's opened so they can see what either the original timber was like, whether you painted the inside, or if you've used a drawer liner as well. Something to keep in mind when you're listing these images on Facebook Marketplace is the ordering of your pictures. I have a tutorial video where I go more in depth about this process, and I'll link that down for you below. So this might seem like a lot that's being asked of your photography, but what I'd have you do is next time you go shopping online, really think about how is the shop asking and enticing you to buy their product. Are they using really good, high quality product photography? Have they shown this product in a great space that is really getting you to think, I could totally use that in my own home, or I need that, I want that. Photography is all about establishing trust and credibility. You're asking a complete stranger to part with their hard-earned money, and the best way that you can do that convincingly is through great photography. So you want to make sure that you're at least including more than 3 images, because most of the time other shops online and e-commerce stores will include more than just 1 image. 1 image is never enough to gauge what the piece is, the coloring, the style, the tones, and the textures. So always try and include more photos if you can, because that is always going to help convince a buyer of your furniture item more so. I hope by breaking down these 3 principles of staging, styling, and photography has been really helpful in just understanding the different aspects when it comes to selling your furniture pieces online. So now that I've finished staging, styling, and photographing my furniture flips for sale, I can now show you how easy it is to pack down my studio wall. So you can see it tucks in quite nicely to the side wall of my balcony, and then it gives me some clear space to work on when I'm doing some other projects or just wanting to relax. And here's where I keep my pieces for collection from my customers. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video of how I stage and style my pieces for sale as well. I'm really excited to see where the next chapter of this business goes, and I'm excited to share so much more content with you guys. So make sure if you like this video to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to make sure you're notified of my upcoming videos. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time.